Hello and welcome to the wine review. I'm Ryan the Wine Guy, and let me close the blind real quick. Yeah, I probably should have thought of that. Probably should have thought about doing that before the review, but I didn't. And bring this down a little. Put that up a little. Gosh, I'm not so discombobulated. But anyway, I'm Ryan the Wine Guy, bringing you tonight a French wine, Saint Esprit. Not sure that's how you pronounce it, but Saint Esprit 2015 from the Cotes-Du-Rhone, Dellas, Dellas. I spelled it Dellas in the description. There's only one L. Well, the description on my Facebook page. I'll make sure it's correct on the YouTube channel. This is what it looks like. %14 alcohol by volume, imported by Maisons Marquis and Domains. Not familiar with that importer. I got this actually at a restaurant that was having a closeout sale. Some of their wines on closeout, and it was 50% off. Paid a little bit more at the restaurant, of course, but it's typically a $13 bottle of wine. I didn't pay much more than that. I probably paid about $20 at the restaurant. Nothing on the back really to tell you about, except that it contains sulfites, but what wine doesn't, it seems like. Interesting. I really like how, I like the way the Cotes-Du-Rhone wines, how they are. They kind of have this fat bottle, and they usually have like this little something really kind of inscribed in the middle here of their winery, their chateau, or whatever they are. So I really don't know much about this winery. I don't know much about a lot of French wines, but you all know that I really do look forward to drinking them. So let's get on with it. Very dark in a sense. Can't really make out my hand through it. Can't really make much of anything out. Very nice ruby edge, but really getting to be a nice, really big, purplish, almost semi-opaque center, but really nice, just like purple or very dark red, like black cherry red center core. Nose has some dark cherry on it. I'm getting some plum. Definitely getting some spice, getting like some black pepper. There's also this other bacon spice. I'm going to have to leave it in the comment. Again, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I think it's like, man, I can't even think of what it's called. I'm bad on some of my spices these days. I'll put it in the description. It's like Canoram. I know I'm bad. I'm bad with spices, but these are spices I don't use a lot. I have no need to use. But definitely, because I even tested it before I did this, and still for the life of me can not remember the name of it, even though I just looked at it. But it will be in the description below, I promise. Raspberries. And the cherries that are in here are sort of like the dark cherry. There's even a little bit of like a candy-esque going on. I get a little bit of that tobacco as well, a little bit of that cigar box, maybe cedar cigar box. Can definitely kind of really smell the heat from the alcohol for that 14%. Definitely kind of get a big that whiff of this like really huge spice, this really smokiness. Blackberry, I think I said that. All right, let's do the palate. Surprisingly smooth at the very start. You do get a little bit of that cherry in there, almost a candy-ish cherry in a way. Get that plum. Get a little bit of that blackberry in there. The blackberry sort of tastes very fresh, like you're picking them off the vines as you're going along the blackberry patch, just picking them. Tannins seem a little really strong in this. Really getting a lot of that, a little bit of grittiness going on, a little too much structure, really sticking up there. Very, very dry finish. Almost to the point where you really need to sort of drink some water like I am now. Really almost to the point where you almost need to pair you almost need to pair this with something, or make sure you have a bottle of water in hand to really have this. It's not overly harsh, but it's not necessarily a tame finish. And it's not necessarily an extraordinarily long finish. It is practically now gone. I would say it's just a medium, semi-plus. The finish more consists of the backbone tannin, spicy structure to it, which I feel, I don't mind the spicy structure, but I do mind the harsh kind of tannins that are kind of left over. So, being into 2015, you kind of have to figure, well, it just needs some more aging, or it's young, or it just needs to be decanted. Either way, maybe I still think it can be aged quite longer. So I will deduct some points for that, and I feel there's a lot more on the nose than there is actually in the glass itself. So I'm going to deduct a little bit more for that as well. But all in all, it's not a bad wine. It's not a terrible wine. It's not a great wine. It's not an outstanding wine, but it is a, I would say, pretty good wine. If you can find the stuff to pair it with, and if your wine is okay with a little bit of structure to the tannins, a little bit more spice, just a little bit more robust palate. So with that, I am going to give it 4 out of 5. I don't see much reason to really give it much lower than that. It's not really to the point where pretty much 3.5 stars just means it's okay. I recommend you drink. This is more than okay, drink wine. I say definitely find it if you can and see how it is, but probably find a couple and lay one aside for a few years to see how it sort of structures along the way, and sort of maybe every couple years, maybe yourself a few bottles and see how it is every couple years till you get to the point where you feel more comfortable drinking it. So with that being said, yeah, 4 out of 5. I mean, I still enjoy it even on its own. I can handle the extreme because I don't feel it's too extreme, but I feel for some people it might be a little too extreme, which is why I'm kind of giving that 4 out of 5. I'm kind of giving the benefit of the doubt that just may be a little bit too harsh, too early to drink right now. So with that, everyone, I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.